Hi, folks. It's Jim Wortham. It's 10/16, December the 12th, 2024. How about this? I I'm embarrassed to get on YouTube. I have had no one help me. Um, I'm in a storage room right now. I used to be a book publisher, and I've written I've written books, and they're still on Amazon if you look under my name, Jim Wortham, but that's what I'm not here to discuss. I'm here to discuss humor. And what I want to say about humor is that I don't think I've changed since I outgrew my major shyness. But because I'm 75 going on 76, I noticed it's about 50-50. And that's okay with me. Um, Before I got my haircut today, I was called a sheepdog. Yeah, I had the hair growing down. Well, you can see it on the other videos. Hey, sheepdog, why don't you change your program name to Sheepdog Shares His Wisdom? Well, I considered it. This is root beer. Sheepdog is not a bad term. I've been called worse. Have you? Have you been called worse than the sheepdog? But Billy Bob Thornton wrote a book, wrote a script, and played in a movie called Sling Blade. Some of you watching probably have seen it. So what I did was I went to another computer, and they wouldn't let me print any of the pictures of his haircut. There are about 100 to 200 pictures of him. He's famous. Billy Bob Thornton. Hey, how about that for a name? It it's funky. It's funky, and it's so funky. I thought about changing my name to Jimmy Bob, or Jim Bob, or Slick Jimmy. There was a couple other ones I thought about, and I wasn't going to make it a legal transfer at the courthouse, but I could for probably $100 or less. Jimmy Bob got the most votes, and Slick Jimmy, people kind of like that. The Jimmy of Madison, Indiana, that got quite a few votes. These were among my friends. I thought Jimmy's not too bad. There, if I, if I if I went by Jimmy, I'd be more popular because we have Jimmy Carter. He was president. Jimmy Swaggart. He's a famous evangelist. So shouldn't I use Jimmy? Or does Jim Bob sound better because Billy Bob Thornton used Billy Bob, and he's a multimillionaire? So you consider all these things. I'm talking about humor today. Don't necessarily follow in my footsteps. I'm freelance. Uh, there was no reason for me to get on tonight other than to share humor and not to tell jokes. but to say, add it to your life, add humor to your life, and don't get upset when people don't like it, but just don't use dirty humor. You will never hear a dirty word come out of my mouth. But if you go to comedians and listen to Cyrus FM or go to a comedian show, you know what every other word is. It starts with an F. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I closed Facebook, at least temporarily, because I won't tolerate this. It's not respectful. I can be humorous by not using the F word with every other word or every other sentence. I not only will not say it, I won't tolerate it on any of my social media. They're off. They're off with a delete button. That word is reserved for something else, and you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. But I'm an old timer. And we got new timers coming up, and they're becoming grosser and grosser in their. This really amazes me that all the girls that will clap when they hear a male comedian use that F word, and the guys will get up and yeah, keep on with that word. Let's hear it more often. Four times a sentence instead of three times a sentence. I went to one comedy club at Boneyard Grill, and they serve beer, they serve alcohol. They're not straight laced in every way. If you want, if you're a Christian and think that's wrong, he's a Christian and he serves every bit of alcohol you want, just not too much. And he kicked out the best bartender and lost about 80% of his customers in the bar area. Why? Because she didn't use a 1 ounce or 2 ounce or 1.5 ounce cup to pour the alcohol in. I watched her. She comes over and to the table. You you need for that to be topped off, don't you? It looks like it's down halfway. Let me top it off for you. And there goes Knob Creek. Knob Creek's kind of expensive. It's a whiskey made here in Kentucky. I'm not in Kentucky, but next to it. I'm in Indiana. Um, you'll love this one. She topped off enough peoples that they went out and raced on the major highway here, and the police pulled them over. And they said, where did you get that alcohol? You're only 2.5 alcohol blood level, when in Indiana it's 0.08. At Boneyards, the policeman went to Boneyards. I talked to him, when was it, yesterday? The owner. We were talking about why the the other lady left the place. Well, she wasn't just giving people a triple shot and charging one for one. She was drinking along with them. Uh, And he says, I don't look for rumors, but he said I could see she wasn't quite right when I walked in. He didn't come in very often. He had several restaurants. But my age. No, he's not near my age. If he is, he's taking better vitamins than I am. He said she was the one that gave the alcohol to the people that got arrested with DUIs. And the police came in and had a little powwow with him. I didn't ask how the powwow was, but I said, did they hit you with a big fine? No. No, they didn't. Now I don't know if that means that it was a small fine or a big fine, but he didn't want to say or no fine. So we continue talking. I like him. He's a good Christian man. He was like me. We were both youth ministers. Can you believe that? Can you believe I was a youth minister at several churches and associate pastor at several churches? I don't tell that on worldwide TV like this. Not at all. Because people wouldn't believe it. You're saying, Jim, you went to Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville, number one the number one Baptist, Southern Baptist seminary in the country? Yeah, barely. I barely made it. Barely. I barely finished it. Grades weren't good. Every school I went to, grades weren't good. And if you listen to other videos, you'll understand I'm also not only a minister, but I never say I'm a minister. This is the first time I think I said I was a minister. Southern Baptist. You know why? I don't want people asking me to do marriages and funerals, and I don't want them to say, hey, look at him, he's having, I think he had a beer. I think he had a beer. And he's a Southern Baptist minister. We ought to report him. I throw that out as humor. Is that humor to you? And I've done marriages, a lot of marriages. We would handwrite our marriages. We didn't read it from an official book of marriages. We want to know what you two want during a marriage. And okay, we're going to write it that way. We would have a practice before. They call it a wedding rehearsal. I don't know if we got to eat cake and ice cream after the rehearsal or not. It's been a long time ago since I've done one. I don't do them here. No one here in Madison, Indiana knows that I can do this stuff. Funerals, and I thought about it. I thought about contacting the funeral homes and getting on the list of doing funerals, and same with marriage. All I have to do is give them a copy of the ordination. But I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm 75. I'll be 76 January the 13th, and send me a note. Say happy birthday. There's and you can even say the way you act, you shouldn't even have lived this long. Oh, Lordy. Um, so a minister. Okay, you want to know what I am. Because the last video I said I was a healthcare professional. Because I was dealing with three different I'm going to call them vitamins and herbs that may save your life, that may save you from having a stroke, heart attack, or congestive heart failure, or just any heart problems. It's in. I did it tonight. I just did it. It's true. Everybody's dead in my immediate family but me and my wife. From heart failure, from strokes, from heart attacks. So I felt obligated. Well, I didn't feel obligated. I thought I should share three pills that you can take from and get them from any drugstore or Amazon where I buy them, and you'll live to be at maybe as old as I am, which will be 76 in a month. Well, I thought I was going to talk about humor. I think we got into more serious things. You can like me if you like me. You can hate me if you hate me. You can subscribe to me if you like the free flowing style. I'm just myself, just like you yourself. I haven't had anybody teach me how to do this. That's why it's so raw. Totally raw. So I do read your comments. I'll try to reply. And I thank you for visiting me tonight and maybe for the second time tonight. I got a haircut today. Billy Bob Thornton. I got his pictures on one video, and I got my Kindle and I shot them and I pictures and I took them to my hairdresser. That's how you can change your hairstyle. That's the easy way to do it. Instead of explaining, which can go crazy because they don't. Everybody interprets things a different way. Do what I did. Use your camera to photograph hairstyles you like. And you can be like me, a movie star, a YouTube movie star. Doesn't get better than that. Now, having said that, I am sure there are major movie producers that are watching this and they'll say, get him on the phone. He's got it together. He's got it together. God bless you.